start. This is my code. This is my code area. This is my stage, and I don't need the sprite, so I will remove this cat sprite. So just remove it. Okay, good. Now I have to add my backdrop. So click choose a backdrop, and I am choosing a blue sky backdrop. So I am clicking on it. Okay, good. Now just click on backdrop tab and remove this backdrop one. And I am choosing, I am filling this color. Just check this and click on this paint and color it. Okay, now I am right click on it and duplicate it. So I will rename it as a game over. I need two backdrop for my project. One is blue sky and another is game over. So I will type game over, select all, and make it a color red. Now increase its size. That's great. Okay, now I have created two backdrops for my project. Now for my backdrop, I will add some code. So for this, I need a variable, a score for my project. So click on variables and click on my make a variable. And here I will rename as a score. Okay, good. Click enter. So I have added my score into my project. So click on this backdrop, and here I will add some code for my score block, score option. So just click on events and click on this when flag clicked. So initially when I click on flag, so the score will be 0. So set my score to 0. Now foreverly the score will be increasing after 1 second one by one. So for this I will choose a forever block, and in this I will choose a change score by 1, and after 1 second. Wait 1 second. So when I click on flag, so it will change score by 1 by 1. Sorry, click on this change score by 1. Now when I click on flag, so it is changing its score 1 by 1. Okay, good. Now I'm adding another sprite. So my another sprite will be border lines into my this project. So for this I will need a create paint. Choose a sprite and click on paint option. So here I will add some two borders into my project, one here and another one is dual. So for this I will choose click on this rectangle option. Just click on this and click this fill option, that is green. Okay, good. So it will be my, and the size will this for be, that is 8. Sorry, 2. Okay, now I'm filling it. Just right click and drag this. Okay, good. Now same to same, copied it. Just copied it. Okay, good. And now paste it. That's great. Now just put this into this, in this position. That's great. So, okay, good. So for this option, that is sprite, I will rename it, this is, that is border. So these are the border for my project. Now click on code. So click on code just whenever I flag has been clicked. So this position will be at the center of my stage. So for this I will just add this block, that is go to x0 y0. So just click on flag. So you can see this, these border are in the accurate position. Now these are on the front, so we have to go back to one layer. So just there is an option, that is go back layer. Okay, great. Now we have to add our next sprite, that is rock. So just click on this choose sprite, and here I will search a rock sprite. That is, click on it. Now we have to resize it. Just click on this size option, and we have to reduce its size to 50. That's great. Now we have to add some block for our rocks code, so it will move from this position into this direction. So for this we have to click on events, and we have to make different copies of this sprite. So for this we need to hide this original sprite, and we have to make clones of this object, that is rock sprite. So we have to create clone of my cell after every 1 second. So after every 1 second it will create its clone. Whenever clone has been created, now we have to do, when I start as a clone, that is we have to go to back one layer. So just click this, go to back one layer. That's great. Now we have to show this copy, show this clone, and it will go to the random position. It will come from this position or from this position or from this position, and we have to set its y position. It will come from this top of this position, so we have to set the y position into 180. So we have set the position 180. Now we have to set the x position. So it will come from this random direction. Now from the random position for this x position will be from minus 190 to 190. That's great. Now we have to make some another code for our project, that is forevernly it will come from this up direction to lower direction, so it will change its y position. So we have to click this, drag this block, and we have to change this by -8. Now if the condition, we will apply a condition for this. So whenever this rock reach this position, it will delete this clone. So for this we have to add some comparison operators. So there is an operator that is drag this less than blocked, and in this option we have to drag this y position, and we have to get -170. That's great. Now whenever this rock reach to this position, so it will delete this clone. So just click on controls and click delete this clone. Now we have to try our codes. So let's run it. That's great. So now it's coming from randomly position and it's creating its clone. That's great. Now we have to make another sprites. It will be like water waves or speeding lines. So for this we need a duplicate of this rock side. So just right click on it and make a duplicate. So great. So I have created a rock, so it duplicate. Now just rename it to speed lines. Speed lines, and we have to change its costume. So just click on the speed lines and click on this costume steps. That's great. Now we have to change its costume. We have to make some random lines for our costume speed lines. So just click on this and remove and click on this delete option. So we have removed this. That's great. Now we have to draw some lines just like a speed lines. So it will like speed line 2, and that's great. And its color, we have to drag this white color. Okay, and we have to change its position, that is outline 2, and draw, we have to draw some lines. That's great. If you want to zoom it, so you can zoom it here from this position, and if you want to duplicate it, just copy it and paste it. That's great. So we have added some lines into the center position. That's great. Now we have to click on this flag, so it will come into different positions. You can see it here. That's great. You can also make the duplicate again. So just click on this copy and you can paste it here again. So that's great. Now you have to run this. Okay, great. That's great. Now we have to add our board sprite. In this board sprite, we have to do some code. So the board sprite and the board costume are present in this below description. You can choose it from the below description. Okay, so we have to choose a board sprite from our gallery, that is upload option, upload sprite. So we have to click on upload sprite, that is up. That is great. So the up costume had been added. Now we have to add another costume for our board sprite. So just click on this upload costume, and we have to upload its left costumes, and we can also upload its right costume. You can also download these costumes from my below description link. Okay. So these three costumes have been added. Now we have to add some code for this costume, that is, and we have to rename this costume, that is boat. That's great. Okay, good. Now you have to click on this board and click on this code tab. Now we have to add some code for our board sprites. So whenever the flag has been clicked, that's great. Now we have to add some code for board. So switch backdrop. We have to. This is our switch backdrop to blue sky. So whenever we click, the blue sky backdrop has been up. Now we have to switch the costume. Switch costume to up. So whenever we click, so its costume will be in this direction. Now we have to add some go to front layer. So just click this to go to front layer. That's great. Now we have to make it in the center position. So we have to specify its position like in this position. So just click this go to X and Y position. Now great. Now we have to apply a check, that is foreverly. Foreverly we have to check what if this board touches this rocks or this border, so it will change its costume to backdrop to the game over and the game will be stopped. So for this we have to add an operator, that is or block. If this board touches border or rock, so we have to click on sensing. If this board touches border or touches what? Touches rock. So we have to switch the backdrop to game over. Switch backdrop to game over, and it will stop all the game. So just stop on. That's great. Now we have to add some movement for our board sprite. Whenever we press the keyboard right arrow, so it will move into the right direction. Whenever we press the left arrow, so it will move into the left direction. For this we have to add another when flag block, and we have to add another forever block, and we have to add if else block for our movement. So that's great. Whenever the key space pressed, whenever the right arrow pressed, so it will change the costume, switch costume to right. So it will the right costume will be appeared and move 5 steps. Whenever we change the press the right arrow, so it will move into 5 steps and it will change the costume. Otherwise it will be in the original costume, that is up costume. That's great. Now we have to add another condition, that is whenever we press left arrow, so for this we have to apply if condition, and whenever the left arrow pressed, so switch costume to left and move into -5 steps. So it will move into -5 steps. So that's great. Okay, we have to just change this left arrow. So whenever the left arrow has been placed, so just left. So now we have to try it. So that's great. So it's moving. Okay, now we have to play into the full screen mode. That's great. You can see it here. It's moving like a rock, and whenever it touches the border, so it will come back to this position, and whenever it's run to flag, so that's great. You can see it here. It's moving like smooth direction. Whenever it's moving to this, that's great. So if this video helped you, please do subscribe our channel and please like our video. For more informative videos, please do subscribe.